Hey guys, very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to the video number 448, and in this video we're going to talk about how to import the sheet names in the text file, right? So if you have 10 sheets, if you have 15 sheets, 20 sheets, with this macro you will be able to insert those, you will be able to export these sheet names in the text file, right? So welcome to the 448 video. I'm so happy, so excited that we are just going to cross 450 videos, and it won't be possible, without your support. And especially from the last couple of weeks, I'm getting so many comments from all of you across the globe, that you're really liking the channel, and it's helping you a lot in learning Excel, VBA, and of course Access, right? So if you're watching the channel for the first time, I hope you will have a fruitful journey from now onwards, and you will thoroughly enjoy all these 448 videos as of now. That's my channel name, guys, youtube.com/c/Kumar Ajay Kumar Parmar. And in this video, what we are going to talk about is, first of all, I'll just brief you about that. If you are new to the channel, what you're supposed to do, right? So we have created here 45 playlists so far, divided into 4 categories: Excel, VBA, MS Access, and Access VBA. And you see that these are all the playlists which I have created. So based on the title, you would come to know whether it is a video regarding Excel or Excel VBA or Access VBA. And of course the subject also is mentioned there, right? Now this video which I'm going to talk about, this is going to talk about the text files. So when we talk about the text files, basically we talk about the file system object library, right? So you can go and check out my all the rest of the videos on the text file, on the folders, or you can see that these are all the, this is the playlist Excel VBA file handling. You get 13 videos: how to make the directory, how to make the folder, how to capture the subfolder names from the file, how to add the file extension folder. So what if you want to pick up on the Excel files from some folder, and there are so many other images, HTML, a lot of maybe text files, maybe you have Access database there, so many other stuff is there, but you just want to pick up the Excel files, so this is how, guys, these are all how to work with the text file. This is a very basic video which tells about how to begin with the text files, which we're going to talk in this video as well, right? So we have so many things here. You can, I hope you when you go there, you will thoroughly enjoy it, as you always do, because your comments says a lot, and every time you give me these fantastic comments, trust me, I feel so proud, and I feel so lucky, and I feel so humble, actually. Thank you so much for your love, right? And so let's go ahead and let's talk about this, what we're gonna do here. So guys, yes, this is also my the playlist category. This is how you should watch my videos, because this is also another thing which keep coming from you guys, that there are so many videos, it's hard to decide which video is to watch first. So you just need to follow this playlist. This is the series. Go in this, and when you click on that, follow the videos as per the sequence, right? They mentioned there. It starts with the basic, and then we have intermediate, and then pretty awesome advanced stuff are there. So for Excel VBA, Access Frontend, Access VBA, this is the playlist, right? Anyways, let's come back to the question. Now what I want to do in this, I want to export these all the sheet 4 names in the text file. So what we are supposed to do here now, guys, remember one thing, okay? I'm giving you this information. This is really very important for any programmer. Whenever we talk about the text files in VBA, you want to create them, or maybe they are already created, we want to open them and we want to append the data there from Excel, right? Or maybe we want to import the data from the text file to the Excel, for which I have already uploaded the videos. Or maybe we are talking about the folders. Go in this folder, create the folder, move the folder from this folder to the another folder, move the copies from this folder to the another folder, right? Or maybe look through all the Excel files, right? All the Excel files in that folder. You have a folder in the D drive, and that folder has got 50 files. Out of those 50 files, you want to pick up 25 files, and you want to compile the data, or maybe you want to import them in the Excel. Whatsoever be the your requirement around these text files and the folders, always we have to use this in the VBA, the file system object library, scripting library. File system object is the class that we're going to use, right? So because in this case we are going to create a new text file, and then so what the first thing which you would do in your VBA window, go to the tools, and in the reference, make sure that you should have this Microsoft scripting runtime library on. Now by default this never gets activated. Remember, you won't see this over here. I have activated it. So how you can activate this, you just press M and go down and find out this Microsoft scripting runtime. They're all alphabetically sorted out, so I don't think so it's gonna take even more than 20-30 seconds for you, right? Just quickly go there and find out where it starts with the Microsoft S as for scripting, and then just you need to check mark that, and when you press OK, make sure you come back and see that in the tool reference again that it's actually activated or not. If it is activated, if it is check marked properly by you, it is going to come after this Office 16.0 library. I'm using 2016, that's why it is 16, but in your case it might be different. But make sure Microsoft Scripting Runtime library has to be there. Now why I'm saying actually this library, you know why? Because if you go to the object browser, guys, if you go to the object browser, and here if you just type in this library called file system object, I'll show you file system object, you press enter, and there we go. When you press enter, can you see that there are so many members of this class, members of file system object? Build path, copy file, copy folder, create text file, delete folder, drivers, whether the drive exists or not. You can do so much of stuff with these, right? And these are all basically we do in the folders, right? Get specific folder, get file name, get file version, guys. There are so many things, right? So this is why we're going to use the file system object, which is a class. Class means basically a place where they have, Microsoft has, you know, written everything, defined everything, right? If you are an engineer and you go and, you know, launch a car model, you know, what do? There are a lot of things, you know, which happens behind the curtains. They make the flow charts, they design the things, they write everything in the on the papers, and you know, there is a systematic approach, so that tomorrow when some, you know, any new engineer joins the company, they can be given the download from that. It's a more of like a SOP, you know, standard operating you know, these procedures, right, which you follow in the Excel, right? When you make any tool, you make those SOPs, right? And so that when you're not in the company, or maybe as your backup you want to give the download, you know, you can actually go and, you know, show that SOP to that person, and they can walk through that, and they can, it helps them a lot, right, in running the tool or in making a sort of those tools again, right? So this is a class is nothing, it's a kind of a blueprint. It's that flow chart, right, where we have got everything defined for our objects, right? In this case we are talking about the file system object. So the first thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to first of all define that file system object library. So you're going to define here FSO as scripting file system object. Now sometimes, you know, people also write only the file system object, they don't prefix scripting file system object, which is perfectly fine. You don't have to do that, right? But I just do it. Set FSO equals to, now we're going to create this object because we need to use this, because directly you can't use the class, right? So we have to create an object. Now you can create here anything, you can write your name as well, but I just, you know, keep it FSO so that it should make a more sense to me, right? But FSO is my own word, you know, it is not a VBA word, right? Now once you do that, you see that when you press FSO dot, you start getting all those methods and the properties which I was showing you, right? This yellow sign which you see, this the kind of this tilted, you know, tilted the rectangular box, this means method. Method means when you're gonna run this, there will be some action happens, right? And this is a sign with the hand, you know, having this envelope, right, kind of a paper. This is called the property. Property means it tells you about the object. It's a kind of adjective, right? So once we have created that, what is the next thing? I want to create my text file, so I'm just going to write here my file as, now what, scripting dot text stream. So to create the text file, you need to use this text stream class, guys, right? So we're going to create the file. So the file is going to be created using this FSO dot create text file. You see that? That's why we declared FSO as file system object, because there we get this method called create text file. Now I'm going to create that text file here. So I just write here, let's say I'm just going to give it a name called test.txt. make sure you should add the extension as well, right? Now once you have that file getting created, what is the next thing we want to do? So let's just close that file first of all for the time being, right? So here the file is going to be closed. Now what is the next step? Now the next step is you need a code which can loop through all the worksheets one by one from your Excel. Now I can write that, you know, go open the text file and you know, write this training name, open the text file, write this comment sheet name, open the file and write this sheet for quiz, and so that. But who has got this much of time? If you have 50 sheets, are you telling me that you're gonna copy and paste the code 50 times? No. Well, maybe one time pane we can do that, but guys, if somebody changes the name of the sheet in the future, then what are you gonna do? Because that is going to you know, refer to that sheet, and eventually you will have the error called subscript out of a range. If I write training right now and tomorrow anybody is going to change that training to, let's say, my training, then what? Or maybe if somebody is going to delete that, it is not required now, then what? Again you will have the error. Or what if you have, you know, have some more 10 sheets getting added? Then again you will come back and modify the code. No, we're not gonna do that, guys, right? We'll make the tool dynamic. Let's go irrespective of the sheet name, irrespective of the sheet numbers, how many sheet numbers, I don't care. We be supposed to do that. So for that we have a collection loop for each worksheet in worksheet, and I had talked about this in my Excel VBA collection loops. Go to that playlist and find out those amazing videos how to run the loop there, right? So this is how the code works. Dim ws as worksheet. You're gonna write this worksheet for each worksheet in worksheets, right? So what happens when you write this code for each worksheet in worksheets? Okay, when you write the code like this, what happens? Automatically VBA starts looping through all the sheets one by one without their name. Name is not at all going to be considered. You change the name, you delete the sheet, you put some more sheets, it doesn't matter, right? So this is going to loop through all the sheets. Now once it is going to loop through, what you are supposed to do here, that's important part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to obviously open my text file. File is closed here, I will reopen it. Alright, so I'm gonna open it, my file here. So I just say that my file that open, so I beg your pardon, so you're gonna use FSO again, FSO dot, and here we have a method called open text file, and which file you want to open it, right? So I'm going to open the my file, right, which is my d drive dot text, right? So once the file is open, I want to say that you need to run this every time, and you need to write you need to basically edit this. So what you will do is, when you have written this my file name in the open text file, you have three options: for appending, for reading, for writing. I don't want to use this for reading, I want to write the sheet name, so I want to use this for writing. Make sure you should actually have this option on, otherwise you will have an error called bad file mode, because in the reading mode you can't edit anything, right? Now how to actually edit the thing? Now I'll show you one thing very quickly. If you go to this text stream in the object browser, this is a class, right? So if I just go and write here text stream, which is used for the text file, you see that, guys? When I click on this text stream, these are all the members of this text stream which you can use. You can close it, which we have just did, which we have just done, and then read all, read line, skip line, write blank lines also you can insert in the text line. And this is the line which I'm going to use, write line. I want to use the write line, so I just close this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, where is my file? My file is this, right? My file, write line. So I'm going to write here write line. And then what do you want to write? Well, I want to write the sheet name, so that's what you write, ws.name. That's it, guys, right? So now the loop is going to loop through all the sheets, and we will have our sheet getting sheets getting exported there. So let's go to the D drive and let's have a look. So you can see in my D drive there's nothing right now, there's no text file by the name of test.txt. so let's go ahead and let's try to run this. Okay, there we go. Alright, so the text file is created. You can see here, create text file. It is created, very nice. I'm just going to close it. I'm going to open it again, right, for the writing purpose. The file is going to open. So it says object doesn't support this property or method. Alright, so what is the issue with this? I think I have to write the path name here. Alright, so it's actually going to be path name, and I just write here the path name. Let me run this now. Alright, there we go. So the code is going to run. So what is the first worksheet name? The first worksheet name is training, if you remember. That's going to be written in this right line, right? So let's go. Alright, so we have another error, which is object variable or with object not set. So guys, I think it's talking about the set word which we are missing. Let me check that. What's wrong with this line? Okay, so let's do one thing. I guess because the error says that the set word is not used, you know what? So I think I got the problem actually. So what happens when you closing the file and when you opening the file, then you use the set word here, because that's how you define your text file. So I'm going to use the set my file, and then when you use this set my file, FSO opens, you know what? I just have to, before I close this, I want to press comma, and I want to write here for writing, right? So this goes in one bracket, right? So once now my set file is done, because now set is so by the way, why do we use the set whenever you deal with the objects, right? Like for example, guys, when you write dim I as integer, do you ever write set I equals to 12 if you have to use I as 12? Of course you don't do that, right? Because it is an integer. But what about the object? You can't say that, my chart is integer. You can't say my pivot is integer. You can't say my worksheet is integer or byte or double, or my sheet or my workbook is integer. No, we use the object, right? And that's why we are dealing with the text file. You can't say that your text file is going to be your integer or long or sort of that. So we use the set word, because text file is what? It's an object. Object what? Text stream. It's going to use this text stream as an object class, right? So that's why I think this is now sorted out. Let's go and write this. For writing is very important, because I want to edit it. As I said, don't leave this option. By default it is going to show, take this as for reading, right? And then you will have a problem. So let me go ahead and let's do one thing. Let me delete this test file here and let's reset the code and let's run this. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we can see that test file is created. Now let's run this. Alright, so it is ready for now writing. Now the first time when we're going to have the value of the worksheet name, which is training, let's see if this is going to be printed, if this is going to be written on this my file. There we go, guys. Wow, bingo, we got it, right? So I think the code is working. Now let's go to the next sheet. What is the next sheet? You know that it is comment. So there we go. And what is the next sheet? So is quiz. That's it. And now we have one more sheet, one, and then finish. You see that this is the beauty of for each loop, because the moment VBA loop through all the sheets, you will have your output done. So we got all the sheets, we have got all the sheets ran. Now let's do open the test file. You have your sheet names inserted in this text file. Wow, right, that's amazing. I just delete that and I just close this again. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to do one more experiment here. So what if I want to insert the blank lines here? Let's say I want to insert the blank lines. So I'm gonna insert 2 blank lines after every line, right? So I'm gonna run this, guys. Let me quickly run this to save your time. Alright, the macro ran. Let's have a look here. Do you see that, guys? Do you see that we have got the 2 blank lines inserted, right? So that's it for now. I have taken enough of your time, and thank you so much for sticking to this channel, for supporting this channel. And if you have any questions around this, please let me know about that. This is how you can quickly insert the sheet names in this text file, right? This requirement was posted by one of my students in my one of personal online training, and that's why I thought let's talk about this, right? So this is the end of this video, and I hope you will have a lot of fun here. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and spread the information about this channel in the community. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon, guys. Bye bye.